Hello everyone, and welcome to Unveiling Mythical Legends. In 1968, during the Cold War, one of the most mysterious underwater disappearances, the fate of the Soviet submarine K-129, shocked the world. This diesel submarine, armed with nuclear missiles, vanished mysteriously after carrying out a secret mission, sparking a thrilling deep-sea espionage battle between the US and the Soviet Union. How did the CIA use cutting-edge technology and the cover of business magnates to launch the secret salvage operation codenamed Project Azorian? This true Cold War story not only reveals the astonishing truth behind nuclear deterrence, but also inspired classic military novels like The Hunt for Red October. In this episode, we will take you deep into the mystery of K-129's disappearance, the daring U.S. deep-sea rescue mission, and the political intrigues and technological breakthroughs behind this Cold War espionage battle. Want to uncover the astonishing secrets of that deep-sea expedition? Don't miss it! One cold morning in February 1968, the Soviet submarine K-129 returned to the naval base Arabelle, exhausted after a long secret mission. The crew looked forward to finally resting and enjoying some rare peace and quiet. However, fate had other plans. Just as everyone was preparing to unload equipment and wash away their fatigue, the commander's radio suddenly crackled to life with an urgent order that shattered the calm. The submarine had to set sail immediately again, heading to a mysterious coordinate about 1,200 kilometers west of Hawaii to carry out a special and highly classified mission. The order struck the crew like a lightning bolt, instantly waking them from their exhaustion, but also filling them with immense pressure and tension. After all, during the height of the Cold War, such sudden redeployment during peacetime was extremely rare, signaling the seriousness and urgency of the situation. The entire submarine's atmosphere tightened immediately, with crew members exchanging glances, all understanding that this mission was anything but ordinary. Back in 1968, the Soviet submarine K-129 was no ordinary underwater vessel. It was a diesel-electric submarine armed with multiple torpedo tubes and several strategic nuclear warheads. Imagine those nuclear weapons being powerful enough to obliterate an entire city in an instant. This made K-129 not just a submarine, but one of the Cold War's secret deterrent weapons, always on standby, ready to unleash devastating retaliatory strikes the moment a nuclear conflict erupted. However, despite its advanced technology and deadly firepower, K-129 had its own vulnerabilities and limitations. Being a diesel-electric submarine meant it couldn't stay submerged for months like a nuclear-powered sub. Instead, K-129 had to surface regularly to recharge its batteries by running its diesel engines using outside air. This daily surfacing to recharge allowed it to keep moving stealthily in the deep ocean, but also exposed it to significant risks, greatly increasing the chance of detection by enemy forces. In addition, K-129 had to maintain close encrypted communications with its headquarters in Moscow. This connection was absolutely vital, as it allowed the submarine to receive the latest orders and intelligence, while also reporting mission progress in real time. The communication process involved complex encryption techniques to prevent interception or decryption by the United States and its allies. Every time K-129 surfaced to recharge or transmitted messages, it was a careful and risky operation, choosing the safest possible timing and location under enemy surveillance, because any mistake could lead to disastrous consequences. K-129 carried a heavy responsibility. It wasn't just a part of the Cold War arms race, but a crucial piece in the global nuclear deterrence puzzle. Its very existence served as a silent warning to adversaries. At any moment, the Soviet Union could retaliate with devastating force against any nuclear strike. This dual identity of immense power and danger gave every mission a profound historical weight, and the pressure on the crew was beyond imagination. However, Just days after completing its mission, K-129 suddenly fell into an eerie silence. Moscow's command center received no signals from the submarine. No matter how many times they tried to call, there was only silence on the other end. Days passed with no word from K-129, an alarming situation for the Soviet Navy, which was known for its precise orders and strict communication protocols. This immediately triggered a massive, unprecedented search operation, deploying every available resource and fleet. Despite extensive sonar sweeps and submarine searches, no trace of K-129 could be found. The costly search yielded no hope, and instead drew intense attention from the U.S. Navy. The unusual activity of the Soviet fleet alerted American intelligence that something serious was unfolding. They quickly deduced that the Soviet submarine had suffered a severe accident somewhere in the ocean, but the exact cause and location remained a mystery. The turning point came from a scientific research vessel from the University of Hawaii. While cruising near the Hawaiian waters, the ship unexpectedly discovered a cluster of plankton contaminated with radioactive material. The presence of radiation in these plankton pointed to an unusual underwater event. Notably, the location of these radioactive plankton was quite close to the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor, but far from the area where the Soviet Union was officially conducting its search. This led the U.S. military to a shocking conclusion. K-129 likely did not sink in the Soviet search zone, but somewhere else on the ocean floor, possibly much closer to American waters. Amid the tense Cold War atmosphere of 1968, U.S. naval scientist Dr. John Craven became the key figure in unraveling the mystery of K-129's disappearance. At that time, the U.S. possessed an advanced underwater listening system called SOSUS, Sound Surveillance System, a vast network of underwater sonar arrays designed to detect the unique acoustic signatures of submarines. Dr. Craven combined the analysis of the submarine's operational sound signals with the then-nascent satellite spectral observation technology to successfully narrow down the possible sinking location of K-129. This was an extremely complex and precise scientific mission because the deep ocean environment is incredibly harsh. The submarine wreckage could be hidden by underwater terrain, and the immense pressure at such depths made it impossible for ordinary equipment to reach. Dr. Craven's team, relying on acoustic signatures captured by the SOSUS system, successfully pinpointed a deep-sea area about 1,200 kilometers west of Hawaii, the same region where the radioactive plankton had been discovered earlier. With this critical lead, the U.S. Navy quickly dispatched the USS Halibut, a nuclear-powered submarine specially designed for deep-sea reconnaissance and special operations. Equipped with advanced sonar systems and robotic arms, the Halibut was capable of operating at depths exceeding 4,000 meters, a technological breakthrough for its time. The mission of this submarine was to venture into the cold, dark depths of the ocean to locate the wreckage of K-129 and recover any important intelligence and physical evidence possible. In July 1968, the U.S. Navy's USS Halibut quietly set sail, carrying Dr. John Craven and his secret investigative team to embark on a deep-sea expedition filled with danger and mystery. Most of the crew aboard were unaware of the mission's true nature. Only a handful of core members were informed that this was a top-secret operation critical to national security. Day after day, they sifted through thousands of photographs taken by deep-sea imaging devices, searching for a needle in the vast ocean depths. Time passed slowly under intense pressure as everyone in the dark submarine stared at the blurry images, hoping for any sign of a clue. Then on August 20th, 1968, a breakthrough finally came. The team clearly captured an image of a segment of submarine wreckage in one of the photos. It was K-129, the diesel-electric submarine that had once been a crucial symbol of Soviet Cold War nuclear power. The photo showed the hull severely damaged, as if it had experienced a violent explosion or battle. Judging from the debris distribution and damage patterns, it was inferred that before sinking, the submarine might have attempted to launch its nuclear warheads, but ultimately failed and sank into the deep ocean with the waves. This discovery was like a massive bombshell that sent shockwaves through Washington. Then U.S. President Richard Nixon personally ordered the recovery of the 3,200-ton submarine to seize valuable intelligence on Soviet nuclear weapons and encryption systems. This was not only a military victory, but also a major breakthrough in the Cold War intelligence battle. However, the mission's difficulty far exceeded everyone's expectations. K-129 had sunk to a depth of about 5,000 meters, far deeper than any known underwater recovery had ever reached at the time. Conventional submersibles simply could not withstand such immense water pressure, and the rugged seabed terrain combined with total darkness made the salvage operation akin to searching for a needle in a pitch-black haystack. The technical challenges extended beyond depth. The team also had to carry out the operation covertly to avoid Soviet detection and prevent sparking a larger international crisis. Despite the immense challenges, Dr. Clavin and his team never gave up. They utilized the most advanced deep-sea mechanical arms and remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, of the time to gradually investigate and recover the sunken nuclear warheads and secret equipment aboard the submarine. This secret underwater operation became a supreme demonstration of Cold War-era technology and courage. This mission was far from an ordinary ocean expedition. It was a covert operation led by the CIA. The level of secrecy was astonishing, leaving the outside world completely in the dark. For security and confidentiality, the CIA chose not to be directly involved. Instead, they adopted a highly discreet approach, leveraging the resources of business magnate Howard Hughes' enterprises to build an expedition ship that appeared ordinary on the surface, but was actually equipped with cutting-edge technology hidden beneath. To avoid raising any suspicion, the CIA chose Howard Hughes, a mysterious yet low-profile business magnate. Hughes' name was legendary in the business world, with companies spanning aviation, maritime, and high-tech industries. His extensive experience in deep-sea operations made him the perfect cover for the mission. By operating under his corporate umbrella, the entire operation appeared legal and plausible, arousing no external doubts. In fact, the construction of the ship itself, the Glomar Explorer, was a carefully woven lie, with every detail designed for concealment and disguise. The ship, named the Glomar Explorer, looked at first glance like a mining vessel specializing in deep-sea, rare mineral extraction. It featured a sturdy hull, advanced navigation systems, and proudly displayed well-known commercial logos, as if preparing to explore the ocean floor in search of precious mineral treasures. However, the true secret lay inside the ship, a remarkable high-tech hydraulic claw system. This hydraulic claw was no ordinary grabbing tool. It was specially designed by the CIA for this mission to operate precisely in the extreme conditions of the deep sea. Like a steel giant of the ocean floor, it possessed immense gripping power and extraordinary flexibility, capable of piercing through the darkness and crushing pressure of the deep ocean to firmly grasp its target. And what was that target? The mysterious Soviet submarine, K-129. On November 11, 1974, as the Glomar Explorer slowly left the harbor and embarked on its enigmatic deep-sea journey, no one could have predicted the fierce storm of challenges that lay ahead. This day marked the official launch of a secret salvage operation beyond imagination. The mission aimed squarely at the long-sunken Soviet submarine K-129. On board were not only mining tools, but also the CIA's carefully orchestrated strategies and cutting-edge technology. Everyone held their breath, ready to face the deep-sea trials that awaited. But things didn't go as smoothly as hoped. The Soviet response was swift and sharp. One warship after another approached the Glomar Explorer, closely monitoring every move of this suspicious mining vessel. Even more tense was the fact that the Soviets dispatched helicopters to repeatedly fly overhead, capturing every detail of the mysterious ship with their cameras. The atmosphere was so tense it felt like a scene straight out of a Cold War espionage thriller, with the slightest spark threatening to ignite an international crisis. After 2 weeks of nerve-wracking, high-stakes operations, the hydraulic claw finally managed to grasp part of K-129's wreckage. At that moment, everyone on board held their breath, excited yet anxious. But fate was unkind. The hydraulic system suddenly malfunctioned, and the piece of wreckage firmly held by the claw slipped mercilessly back into the dark abyss below. This failure not only cast a shadow over the mission, but plunged the entire operation into a precarious dilemma. Faced with this sudden setback, the CIA had no choice but to weigh the pros and cons and decided to bring back the portion of the wreckage they had successfully recovered. Although these items were damaged, they still held countless secrets and valuable intelligence. As the Glomar Explorer resurfaced, this thrilling secret mission seemed to have reached a pause, but the real test was only just beginning. The Soviet authorities were understandably furious about the Glomar Explorer's covert operation to salvage K-129. Yet, ironically, they couldn't openly protest. The reason lay in the enormous secret hidden within the K-129 submarine itself. The disappearance involved not just a sunken vessel, but also nuclear warheads. This was a highly sensitive topic the Soviet government desperately wanted to keep under wraps. Publicly accusing the United States would have been like opening Pandora's box, exposing the dark military secrets of the Cold War era. A devastating blow to both the Soviet Union's international image and its internal politics. Years have passed, yet detailed information about K-129 remains largely classified. To the outside world, the fate of this submarine is shrouded in a thick fog of mystery, with only scattered clues piecing together the hidden truth buried deep beneath the ocean and entwined in political intrigue. Some say K-129 is like a mirror of the Cold War, reflecting the espionage tactics, military secrets, and human struggles during a time of intense global tension. Interestingly, the Soviet crew members who perished in the incident were even given a naval burial by the U.S. Navy, a gesture that, amidst the stormy backdrop of the Cold War, was particularly poignant. Later on, the renowned military thriller author Tom Clancy was deeply inspired by this complex Cold War espionage saga, marking a turning point in his writing career. The Azorian project was filled with suspense and tension, resembling a real-life spy novel that fueled his creative wellspring. Clancy masterfully wove this thrilling historical backdrop into his iconic novel The Hunt for Red October, allowing readers to glimpse the silent yet fierce undercurrents of the U.S.-Soviet rivalry during the Cold War era. This book not only became a global sensation upon its release and a best-selling classic, but it was also adapted into a feature film of the same name. Through the visual and narrative impact of the movie, more people gained an understanding of the tense atmosphere of that era and the high-tech military confrontations. The film's tight plot and nuanced character portrayals left a deep impression on audiences about the deep-sea secrets and espionage mysteries behind Project Azorian, transforming Cold War history from cold political treaties into a story full of humanity, intelligence, and courage. Ultimately, Project Azorian is an incredible yet true mystery in the course of history. It was not simply an underwater salvage operation, but a perfect blend of advanced hydraulic claw technology and complex espionage tactics. It represents a microcosm of international political struggles and stands as one of the most dramatic and legendary chapters in Cold War espionage warfare. Thank you for joining us in exploring the astonishing secrets of the K-129 submarine and Project Azorian. If you enjoyed this suspenseful and historically rich Cold War story, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss more fascinating military history and espionage revelations from us. We also invite you to share your thoughts in the comments or tell us which military secret you're most eager to learn about. Don't forget to share this video with friends who love history, Cold War espionage, and deep-sea adventures, so more people can uncover this little-known legend together. See you in the next episode, and thank you for your support.